Hello, I am David W. Parker. This is Programming Today I Learned 3D Math Series, episode 48. This is part 7 in looking at matrix code. Today we're going to be looking at reflection and projection for orthographic stuff. So technically not orthographic projection in the way that you will think of it. And so let's take a look real quick and I'll show you what I mean. So we have here some output from some numbers and whatnot. So let's go ahead and see what we're running here. So first is reflection, and so we have this vector here, and then we're going to go ahead and do a scale arbitrary of -1v and versus the reflection, and that should be the exact same. And as you can see, it clearly is. And we run it a couple different times so you could see what the reflection is for each of these values here. Something to take note is that we looked at reflection back in episode 14. And this is the equation here. So this is basically scaling an arbitrary matrix by this -1 here. And so it's super simple to do, which is why our code looks like this. So it's pretty simple and nice and short. Same thing with orthographics. If you recall, basically projection itself is a dimension reducing function. So this isn't going to be setting the boundaries that you've seen if you were looking at orthographic projections in some kind of like bounding box, or when we look at projection, perspective projection later, it'll be basically limiting it down to a dimension reducing function as opposed to setting the bounding box of a viewport. Basically, we'll look at that stuff later and how and why that code works for that type of projection, but for now, we're basically talking about a dimension reducing function. So similar to the last one, it just takes a arbitrary scale and has it set to 0 for the variable here. So once again, we do the exact same thing in our code here, which is the scale arbitrary with the 0 as the input. And so that's why these two are also equal. So nice and short, nice and easy today. Not much to get into. So if you like what you saw, go ahead and subscribe and give a like. Share this on social media if you will, and go to ProgrammingTIL.com and sign up for our newsletter. Have a great one. Thanks.